that seemed to go way too smoothly. We're hoping we didn't mess up, but we were in and out in probably less than 5 minutes. So we're headed towards Calgary, and we'll see what the day brings. We found our campsite for the night. We're about halfway between Calgary and Banff. Hopefully tomorrow we're going to make it to Lake Louise and explore a little bit before we head up a little further north. But tonight we're staying at a ranch. It's really nice. It's quiet and off the road, and so there's just not very many people here tonight. There's just one other RV, so it's mostly up to ourselves, and the kitties are having a good time. They've been out running around a little bit here and there. If you look back behind me, you see the camper, but when I turn you around, you can see our pretty views. So these are some of the Rockies, I believe, and if you look closely, you'll see some of those mountains are snow-capped. It gets pretty cold here. That's part of the reason why we didn't go all the way up to Banff tonight. Just have a few things to do to the camper to get it a little bit winterized.
Yeah, it was actually a low of 22 degrees at Lake Louise tonight. We've actually got a couple of exposed water lines that are routed near the fridge vent. So we had to stop in Calgary and get some heat tape. Then one other problem that I read on forums was U-traps bursting. So we stopped and got some calcium chloride to put in the U-traps for the sink and the shower. So hopefully that covers us, and then obviously we'll keep the camper heated at night too. But a little bit unexpected to hit cold weather this quick, but we'll figure it out as we go.
Yep, it'll be okay. It'll be just fine. But as you can see, Tyga's enjoying the place. Looks like she might be ready to get back in the camper though. So we're gonna enjoy the evening. I think we're gonna cook a little bit, cook some brats maybe, and have us a nice sunset.
Here's my buddy.
There's your Tyga.
Shoulder.
Oh, you gonna jump?
Where are you going, my friend? Need a spot to perch? Oh.
Ready to go.
Yep. Now she's back at it again. What are you doing? You out of breath? You out of breath? Oh!
The next morning, we headed out from the ranch and into the mountains. We had big plans for the day, so we got an early start. Much time driving through Banff National Park to notice their efforts towards wildlife preservation. Fences like this one hug the road on both sides in many sections. If you look closely, you'll notice that this isn't just a pretty overpass. It's an animal crossing as well. Soon enough, we made it to our destination, Lake Louise. However, native peoples have long called it the lake with little fishes. The park on Lake Louise was actually built by the government to generate funds for the Trans-Canada Railroad line, As you can imagine, the area quickly gained popularity, and today, people come from all over the world to gaze upon the vibrant blue water. The water in Lake Louise almost looks milky. This creamy tint comes from glacial flour, which was generated back when the glacier was still advancing. You can still see the glacier that formed Lake Louise in the distance as you gaze across the water here.
Seems like it's going to be a lot of up.
I think so.
Right now we're hiking a trail near Lake Louise. One thing that's really stood out with this hike is how clear the air feels. Even though we're at 6,000 feet, there's just something about the air that feels fresh. You can kind of smell just a slight hint of pine.
Oh my gosh, it's more than slight. It's amazing.
Yeah, but this trail is about 2 kilometers long. We're about a kilometer in. It seems like it's been a fairly steep grade up for this first kilometer. So we're hoping we have a pretty spectacular view of Lake Louise once we get to the top.
Yeah. All right, so we think we've made it to the top of the climb. The path is really leveled out, thankfully, because it was straight uphill for quite a while. But the pine tree smells so good. I wish I could just bottle it up. It's better than a Yankee Candle. But through the trees we can start to see some of that pretty blue water over there at Lake Louise, so I think we're getting close to the overlook.
So we're getting close to the Fairview Lookout. It's about a 2 kilometer hike, and for the most part it was all uphill. My legs are burning, but I'm starting to be able to see a glimpse of the lake, and it seems like it was definitely worth it. The water is so turquoise blue that it doesn't even look real. It looks like somebody dyed the lake water, but this is all natural.
We made it! Oh my gosh, the views are so good.
Yeah, it doesn't even look real. It's such a pretty color blue. Looking down and with the mountains as a backdrop.
It's like a cotton candy blue almost. Little roadside motel in Alberta. We spent the night, ate at the pub, did some laundry, and now we're headed out. Just wanted to show you the views as we're leaving. So last night we stayed about halfway between Jasper and Lake Louise. So we stayed at this cute little motel. It was really nice, had some great views. It got pretty cold though up in the mountains. So we had to turn on our heater quite a bit. We used a good amount of propane for it too. I think the weather said it got down to about 27 degrees in the evening, so it was pretty chilly. But luckily we've got a little heated mattress pad, and between that and our heater we stayed pretty toasty. glacier. What do you think? All right, update. It's definitely a glacier. So apparently on this road you can drive down to the toe of the glacier. Super cool. Would you look at that? So there are ice walks up there. We actually decided not to do even the somewhat short hike to get up to the glacier because we're not quite dressed for it this morning. We didn't know it was going to be on our stop, but wanted to show you. It looks pretty cool. So we're currently making our way towards Grand Prairie, and I think right now we're driving through either the tip of Banff National Park, or we've maybe made it into Jasper National Park. I'm not quite sure yet, but there's been lots of good views. Today's a big driving day. We're trying to cover a lot of land. We've got about a 7.5-hour drive in total, not including stops, so we'll be making some big moves.
And it won't come easy, but I know it's worth the fight. And I know you can see it too. So keep me hanging on, and I will run across the rivers anywhere with you. I won't give up.
So here's where we'll leave you for today, driving out of the mountains in Jasper. Check back soon to see where we go next.